Closing day is exciting, but a lot of buyers aren't sure what actually happens on the day that they get their keys. I'm Michelle Bell, and in this video, I am going to walk you through what to expect on moving day. By closing day, all the major work has already been completed, the financing is in place, the legal documents have been signed, utilities and insurance have been arranged. Now, everyone involved is working towards officially transferring the ownership of property into the new buyer's name. On closing day, the lawyers complete the transaction. Your lender transfers the mortgage funds to your lawyer, and the lawyers work together to transfer the property into the new buyer's name. Once everything is registered and completed and the deal officially closes, one important thing that buyers should understand is that you may not close until later in that business day. So timing depends on how many transactions are closing that day, when funds are received from the lender, and all parties involved in the transaction process. It's always a good idea to speak with your lawyer ahead of time and get an idea and estimated timeline for closing day, because delays can happen and it's generally recommended not to schedule closings on Fridays if possible. If there is a delay late on a Friday, there is a potential of the transaction not being able to close and being pushed to the next business day after the weekend. So choosing a weekday earlier in the week can help create more flexibility if something unexpected comes up. It's also best not to schedule movers too early in that day. So if possible, schedule moving trucks for later in the evening or ideally the following day once you know officially have the keys and access to the property. That way you avoid paying movers to wait around while the transaction is still being completed. So once the deal is completed, your lawyer will contact you and provide you with the lockbox code so that you can access your new home. Since COVID, most buyers no longer go directly to the lawyer's office to pick up keys. Instead, buyers get to go directly to the property once they receive the confirmation that the transaction has closed. And inside the home, the sellers will usually leave everything such as any additional keys, garage door openers, mailbox information, any helpful details related to the property. This is the moment where buyers officially walk into their new home as the owners. When you first arrive at the property, it's always good to check out the main items that were included and make sure that they're all working properly. So things such as the fridge, the stove, the dishwasher, the washer and the dryer, anything like that that was included. If something is not working properly, it's important that you notify your lawyer as soon as possible. So doing this on the first day is always best so that any issues can be documented right away. The first walkthrough after closing is exciting, but it's also practical. This is when buyers start moving in, check the property again as owners, locate shutoffs and utility panels, and begin getting familiar with how the home will function day to day. There's usually a lot happening on moving day, so it's helpful to take your time and get organized gradually. One important thing buyers should understand is that no home is perfect. So even after a smooth transaction, there may still be small maintenance items, adjustments, or things to learn once living in the home. It's normal, and at this stage, the goal is simply settling in and making it your own home. By understanding what happens on moving day, buyers know what to expect before the big day arrives, and the entire buying process can feel overwhelming when it's unfamiliar. But once you understand the order of the steps, the process becomes much more manageable and gives you a lot more confidence moving forward. This completes my buyer roadmap series, and if you're following along from the beginning, you'll now understand the major steps involved in buying a home in Ontario, what to expect throughout the process. Please follow along for more real estate education and market updates. I'm Michelle Bell.